Hey folks, hope you're all doing well and welcome to episode 18 of Recommend an Album to Review. So how this show works is every week in the comments, I'm asking you to put in recommendations in those comments, and I go through them and I'll pick out a band and I listen to the record, and the following week I do a review of that record. And we've been going 18 weeks strong, so thanks everybody for all those awesome recommendations that you've been leaving in the comments. The criteria, basically, I'm looking at single album, studio album, something that's not 3 hours long, just a straight up record, something I can digest in a week, and from a band that I haven't already previously done a show on the channel. So for this week, the band I chose is Frankie and the Witch Fingers, and the album is called Data Doom. Now, this record came out this year, 2023, so it's relatively new. And again, never listened to this band before, but just sort of overall, really energetic band. I hear a little bit of garage in there, kind of a little bit of stoner, lots of grooves, all kinds of energy, all up-tempo stuff, and just a really fun band and something different, something a little off the beaten track, an amalgamation of all these things that I've mentioned, and they definitely have their own recipes. So let's go through the tracks. All right, so the first track is called Empire, and again, there's a lot of groove going on with this. The drums are really, really cool on throughout the whole album. They really set a tone, and the drummer plays. He's not just playing a beat. He's playing along with the song, like he's an integral part of every one of the songs on here. And the bass groove, they lay it down, and then they throw a bunch of guitars over top. A little bit of fuzz and some different sounds and everything else. The singer, Dylan Sizemore, they have with the whole band, with the whole album, the instruments are kind of right up front, and the vocals are kind of with sort of buried a little bit in the back, but that's okay. I mean, you can still hear what the guy's saying, but instead of being a vocal, what I'm trying to point out is instead of the vocal being out front, it's all the instruments and all the different parts kind of interweaving throughout. Just a really cool track, Empire, and a great way to open. So that's track number one. All right, track number two, Burn Me Down. It's very choppy, kind of a rhythm thing. And then there's a little bit of bombast. I should say there's moments in this record that's like just a lot of bombast, just a lot of guitars and big drums, and very cool. In this one, they did bring the vocal up a little bit in the mix, but another pretty cool track, Burn Me Down. I mean, this record is fun. It's up tempo, so I should mention Empire is kind of their epic. It's like a little over 7 minutes. This is Burn Me Down, the second track. It's a typical 3-minute song, but cool so far. All right, then you got Electricide, another up-tempo song. Guitar riff carries it through. It's got some really nice riffs in there. Another up-tempo, fun tune, kind of heavy. These guys do get heavy at times. Well, I guess everything's kind of heavy to some extent, but this is one of their heavier tracks, Electricide, but awesome as well. And then you got Weird Dog. Weird Dog is almost kind of a funk kind of groove to it. A little, again, up-tempo. Guitars are a little cleaner on this. Just a really nice groove with some nice instrumentation going on over top of it, So this one's a little bit different. It's more not as heavy, but catchy as hell. Like just a really catchy groove going throughout. So great track. Sister System. Sister System. It's just a groove. It's a really good groove. And there's parts of this track that kind of, I don't know, in the pre-chorus and chorus, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Cult, like Sonic Temple period. But yeah, another great track on here. I mean, there's really no duds on this whole record. There's no dogs here. I mean, the songs are either good or really good. So, all right, then you got Doom Boom. Now, this would be probably the most commercial track. This, if one of these tracks was going to get radio play, it would be this one. This one's just really laid back, kind of groovy tune, major hooky, catchy as all hell. Just a really good, you know, get into a track. Then you got Future Phobic. It's got a killer chorus in it, really catchy. Another up-tempo track. This one, I get a little bit of the B-52s vibe on it, just the way some of the instruments kind of sound and a little bit musically. But yeah, I would say for me, the two tracks, Doom Boom and Future Phobic, those are my favorite songs on here. Like the other ones are good, but these ones are exceptional. These are really, really good tracks. All right, then you got Miles Davis. This one has got almost like a proggy vibe to it a little bit. The way the riff kind of, you know, falls back on itself. But another cool tune. You know, I should mention too that you know this one as well. Like all of them have like a lot of dynamics. There's the heavier parts, and then there's the lighter parts, and there's zero ear fatigue on this whole record. I mean, the instrumentation, the sounds they use, the guitars using a lot of different effects. There's fuzz and there's some wah and other things going on, and there's keyboards at times, and it's a nice soundscape, that they establish from song to song. So, but Miles Davis is sort of the closest thing to a prog tune, but pretty good track. All right, the last track, Political Cannibalism. Again, a great riff, dun 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 dun, dun, and then it's got all this stuff going over top of it. Just really good grooves, a lot of really good bass and drum grooves. It's like the formula for these guys is they lay down a nice bass and drum groove, and then they just start stacking layers on top of it, and they got that singer, kind of outlining the melody, and it's good, man. It's good. So. What do I think? I think this is a really good. I mean, it's only 9 songs. It's just a really nice listen. It's a good listen. It's up tempo. It's entertaining as all hell. I mean, these guys are just a scrappy little band. That's what they sound like to me. They're just a scrappy little band. Playing stuff that is kind of, an amalgamation of, like I said, different things, a little proggy element there, a little sound, little B-52s here. There's a little bit of cult here. There's some garage rock. There's, a little bit of stoner. It's just sort of this big pot, kind of all mixed up. I mean, if you like bands like Clutch, because there's similarities in between these guys and Clutch, in that they kind of throw in a lot of different styles and kind of mix it up. Yeah, this would be a band you should check out. Frankie and the Witch Fingers. So, out of 5, man, I really dig this record. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. Man, I'm gonna give it a solid 4. Like, it's a great record. Check it out, Frankie and the Witch Fingers. If you're looking for some new music, there you go. And thanks to the subscriber that suggested this band for me this week. Much appreciated, man. You guys are turning me on to a lot of really cool music, so I'm all about that. So thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We get a lot more people watching and subscribe. So if you're a regular watcher, please consider subscribing and hit the like button. And yeah, we'll see what happens. If we get some good views on this, we'll do an episode 19 next week. All right. Have a good week, everybody. Cheers.